is this thing?
Deep in the murky depths, where sunlight barely reaches, eerie secrets lurk. From nightmarish creatures to unexplainable mutations.
Did I just catch a three-eyed? Yep, that happened.
These discoveries will leave you questioning what really hides in the shadows.
Itu yang kemarin apa, bukan ya?
Stay tuned. Things are about to get truly unsettling. A local stood by the riverbank enjoying the calm scene when an unusual sight caught his attention. Two people in bright yellow protective suits carrying a large net approached the water. Now this wasn't a typical fishing trip. It felt too secretive. Intrigued at the sight, he began filming from a distance. Moments later, they pulled something onto the shore. What he saw made him scared. A long, fish-like tail resembling the classic image of a mermaid. So were the legends true? And if the authorities were hiding it, what else did they know that we didn't? Perhaps it was never meant to be found. Dark lurker. While standing near a river in the woods, a local was startled by an unexpected sight. A strange figure was moving through the water, looking like it wanted to go to the other side. Gathering his courage, he began recording, and soon after, the figure turned, revealing its face, which was strange and unsettling. The online community called it a juvenile Bigfoot that might have accidentally come out of its hideout, probably because the woods are known for creatures like these. Or better yet, it could be something else entirely. Decomposing anomaly. In the peaceful town of Carmen del Parana, Paraguay, a decomposed body was found, and the mysterious thing about it was that it bore a striking resemblance to a humanoid figure. It was found floating in a shallow stream, and it quickly became the talk of the town. As curious locals gathered around the stream, many began to speculate if this could be the legendary chupacabra, which is a mythical creature rumored to haunt parts of Latin America. To be honest, it has a very close resemblance to aliens. Sewer monster.
What on earth is this? What kind of creature is this?
While walking down the road, a local noticed something moving in a sewer drain. At first, it seemed like a worm, but a closer look revealed it to be a much bigger shape.
What on earth is this? What kind of creature is this?
The only thing visible was a tail, which disappeared quickly into the water. Was it an eel or a snake? Either way, the local was shaken and swore never to walk that road again. I'm gonna say, good call. Stuck mystery. A man was sitting by a river, enjoying a quiet day, when he heard a big splash. He got up to see what made the noise. He walked closer to the river and saw something big in the water. It was an animal with big horns that were stuck in a tree. Its body was still in the water as the horns kept it from floating away. After a closer look, he realized the creature was lifeless, unmoving, and making no effort to escape. Soon after, he called the nearby locals to help him in getting the body out of the river. What happened after that is still not known, but the people believe they probably disposed of the creature to hide the truth from the world. Brazilian puzzle. In the dense Brazilian woods, late at night, two friends thought it would be a thrill to explore under the cover of darkness. But what they found was beyond their wildest imaginations.
Ninguém sabe o que é isso que foi encontrado aqui na cidade de Lagoas.
They came across this being. Its skin appeared to be turned inside out, which gave it an almost otherworldly look. It was nighttime, and the video was a little blurry, and it's hard to make out anything. The creature's bizarre form made it hard to tell where its limbs ended, and its body began. It almost looks like a possessed rabbit. Was this a creature from another realm? Honestly, I think it is. Swamp crawler.
Bro, what is that? That's so weird. What is that, bro?
Two photographers went to a forest for drone footage. Their drone was in the air, and while enjoying the beauty of the forest, suddenly, one of them pointed at a white humanoid figure moving behind the trees. They flew the drone closer to have a clear view of it. The figure was white and hairless, crawling on its legs, and also with arms like a monkey.
Oh, it's
No,
okay,
it's right there. It's behind the.
Bro, it's like making something.
As the drone's battery beeped and warned them it was time to head back, the thick forest was looking scary now. They decided to leave. The mystery of the white figure remained unsolved. Will you be the first one to reveal the secret now?
It's
Wait, I
building
gotta
something.
figure out how to drive closer to it.
It looks like it's building a habitat or something.
Bizarre bloating being. Now, have a look at this weird-looking bloated being. What even is this thing? During a casual walk along the beach in Hurghada, Egypt, some beachgoers came across it resting on the wet sand. Its body had a large dome-shaped belly, giving it a swollen, almost alien appearance. People gathered around, puzzled, trying to figure out if it was part of a larger animal or just some strange sea creature that had washed ashore. Considering there are thousands of unknown marine animals in our oceans, it wouldn't be surprising if this was a real thing. However, no one has been able to identify it. Pale swimmer.
Itu yang kemarin apa? Bukan ya?
A local captured footage that scared viewers. While walking by a river, he stumbled upon a terrifying figure, a pale-faced woman partially submerged in the water. Startled, he began filming Dot. The figure's face was hauntingly white, and its stillness made it all the more unsettling.
Itu yang kemarin apa? Bukan ya?
The moment he saw it, he was sure that it was a water ghost said to roam these waters for quite a while, and one thing was certain now, that he would never return to this place ever again. Australian oddity.
Very long ears, very sharp teeth.
In June 2013, a man was about to go surfing when he spotted something odd on the shore. He called his friend, who rushed over with a phone to film it. It was a gray, hairless creature with a long, pointy skull, big ears, and sharp teeth. Its hands looked a bit human and a bit rat-like. The creature had a long tail and weird claws on its feet. At first, they thought it might be a brushtail possum, but it seemed different. The guys called experts to check it out. Even the quarantine officers weren't sure what it was. Some thought it might be an African rat that somehow got to Australia. They took that creature with them to investigate it further.
Check out the hands, very, very human-like, and also very rat-like.
Golden alien.
Ei, cara, alguém me consegue explicar o que é isso aqui?
A mysterious video surfaced online showing a small, golden humanoid figure moving through the water. Its appearance was striking, looking almost like an alien from the movies, as it walked calmly in the water. What made the sight even more unsettling was that the location and the story behind it remained unknown.
Alienígena, velho. Tá respirando embaixo d'água.
Was it a hoax, or had truly something extraordinary been captured? The unanswered story left many curious and uneasy. Creepy crawler. A local was hanging out at the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro when he saw a strange creature creepily crawling on the ground. Its facial features were not visible. It had 4 short legs that were bent in a weird style. He thought it was a bat who had forgotten how to fly and started crawling. He called the zoo guide and asked what this actually was. He said it was a vampire bat that was on the ground crawling to sneak up on its prey. Just upon listening to their conversation, the bat flew away, showing the local he could fly as well. Branched anomaly. In a quiet, swampy pond, this white slime resembling a living orange peel caught the attention of a few scientists who were out on a research mission. The strange substance had sticky, moving tendrils. It looked like venom, but of course, alive. Some scientists wondered if the tendrils were moving on their own, or if they had been brushed by nearby fish. However, the video showed no signs of fish or any disturbance on the water's surface, which left that idea in doubt. Another expert speculated that the slime could be the decaying remains of a creature's nervous system, still displaying some reflexes. But how did the remains end up in the pond? Did something bring it here? If yes, then what? Giant blob. Something weird happened to guys walking in the forest. They stumbled upon big, dusty blobs on the ground. Curious, they poked at one with their tools. Inside, they found something even stranger. Perfect white eggs. They seemed as excited, like they were hunting for these odd blobs. When they shared their find online, everyone was confused. Nobody could figure out what these dusty blobs could be. Some thought they might be from a rare animal. Others wondered if they were some kind of plant. What are your thoughts on this? Crayfish find. 2 researchers were exploring the woods when they came across a strange sight in the river.
Is she facing downstream now?
Downstream?
Yep.
That way?
Yep.
Initially, it looked like a crab, but not an ordinary one. However, its closer look revealed it was a crayfish. It was extremely rare and giant. They carefully picked it up, inserted a microchip in it for further study, and then released it back into the water, knowing how important it was for research.
I've caught crayfish before, but nothing like this. This is, what's that, a couple of pounds?
I see she's a female.
Japanese alien. In this next video, a girl boating in Japan noticed something odd clinging to the side of her boat. This made her curious, as it would any sane person. She pulled it out of the water and placed it inside the boat to get a better look. It had a unique shape that resembled a coral and a strange, almost alien-like mouth. It's almost uneasy to watch. The more she observed it, the more she realized how unusual it was. Definitely not something you would typically find in the ocean. Vanishing wrigglers. In Texas, a traveler spotted a bizarre sight near a pond. A pale, long, worm-like creature was wriggling on the water surface, almost see-through and moving weirdly. He touched it with a stick. To his shock, the creature dissolved and vanished instantly, as if it was never there. People on the internet went wild with guesses, many thinking it was an alien creature in the making. Its strange appearance and the way it disappeared made people think it wasn't from Earth. The mystery has everyone talking, and scientists are now investigating to find the truth behind this strange and puzzling event. Alien or fungus? Now, if you are a Texas resident, you need to hold on to your hats. A local resident walking through the woods in Texas stumbled upon something downright bizarre. At first glance, he thought it was a piece of metal lying on the ground, but when he touched it, surprise! It was organic. The object had these strange wriggling sprouts growing out of it. It just makes the whole thing even more mysterious and kindly icky. Could it be an alien organism? A mutated fungus? Or maybe a nest of insect larvae? The theories are flying, but no one knows for sure what it is yet. Swamp Kappa. In a small town near the woods, fishermen made an astonishing catch. Something that didn't look like any fish. As they pulled the creature from the water, they noticed its humanoid shape, green skin, and a strange protective-like structure on its back. The locals quickly started calling it the Kappa, a creature from Japanese folklore known for its tricky and sometimes terrifying nature. Uncertain of what they had found, they decided to hand it over to scientists to uncover more about the mysterious being. What could this creature truly be? The investigation was just beginning. Legendary monster. A boat captain was out on the water when he saw something strange. He quickly started filming a long-necked marine reptile. As he looked closer, he noticed it was the Loch Ness monster, found only in Scotland. But here's the funny thing, this wasn't in Scotland at all. It was in a completely different place. He wondered if he came here to meet his relative. Afterward, he continued his journey with a strange memory to remember. Devilish. It's not every day you come across something like this. During a beach walk in the Philippines, a tourist filmed a fish that was anything but ordinary. This unusual catch had been washed ashore by the waves. It had long, pointed upper fangs that made it look like a prehistoric predator. Its eyes stuck out forward and resembled a human's gaze. It is completely dried out and looks like a ghost. Scientists have said that fish's strange features were likely due to pollution. As human activities fill our oceans with chemicals, they can cause mutations in marine life, leading to such curious beings being formed. massive python. In India, 2 locals were heading to their garden near the forest when they witnessed a shocking sight. As they reached the forest's edge, they saw what they first thought was nothing. But as they got closer, they realized it was no tree. It was a giant python slithering into the woods. The massive creature was moving slowly in the same direction, unaware of the men. One of them quickly pulled out his phone to record the encounter. Thankfully, the python didn't notice them. Otherwise, they might have been running instead of filming. Bush eater. Someone was cutting grass in his yard when he saw something super strange. It wasn't a flower or a bug. It was way weirder. That thing had lots of jiggly arms with fuzzy bits on them. In the middle was a big hole like a mouth. It was eating stuff around it. He posted its video online and viewers threw crazy ideas. Some thought it came from space. Others said it was made in a lab. But guess what? The biologists revealed it was an animal that lives in the sea, called a sea cucumber. The person who found it wondered if this hungry sea animal could help clean up his yard with its special movements. Huge fossil. 2 fossil hunters in Florida were on a typical search when they made an amazing discovery. While gently digging in the sand, they first uncovered a huge piece of bone. But as they continued to dig, they realized they had found something much larger than they expected. The bone was massive, so large and heavy that it was tough for them to lift.
That is a very big...
They soon identified it as part of a leg bone, and they also found an intact scapula and shoulder blade. The bones were well preserved. Just look at the size and weight of these bones. Isn't it crazy?
A crazy bone. It's so heavy, it's hard to hold, honestly.
Emerging mystery. While passing by the swamp, a local stumbled upon a strange figure rising from the water. At first glance, it seemed like a forgotten relic, but the twisted branches and bone-like top gave it an unsettling aura. Whispers spread in the nearby village, claiming it was some kind of an ancient offering or a guardian of the wetlands. Curiosity grew, but few dared to approach. The figure stood motionless, its creepy presence almost beckoning anyone brave enough to investigate. But it's true, nature remained unknown. What do you think this was? Slithering legend? In a lush rainforest, a drone flyer was capturing stunning aerial views of a peaceful river. As he guided his drone over the water, something unexpected appeared on the screen dot. He saw a massive snake-like creature beneath the surface. The creature's long, sleek body moved through the murky depths with surprising grace. He shared that footage online that sparked a heated debate. Some claimed it was a legendary river monster, while others suggested it might be the prehistoric Titanoboa. Now, whenever anyone goes near that river, they look extra carefully at the water. Who knows? Maybe the giant snake is still there, waiting to surprise someone else. Strange carcass. One afternoon at the beach, a group of people saw a strange creature washed up on the shore. It was strange looking, with a body so odd and teeth so creepy. I have to agree that I couldn't help but feel a bit spooked the first time I saw it. People who saw it live started wondering if they had stumbled upon a sea monster. The unusual sight quickly drew a crowd as more beachgoers gathered to see what all the fuss was about. However, when experts arrived, they quickly dispelled the rumors. The mysterious creature was actually just a dolphin that had sadly washed ashore. Dino or Loch Ness? A hiker standing near the rocky shore captured an unusual being in the water. At first glance, it seemed like a fish. But something was off about it. The creature was much larger, with only its face peeking above the sea, while the rest of its body was completely submerged. It looked monstrous, with some believing it was the rare sighting of the mythical Loch Ness monster. However, no one could say for sure. Mermaid sighting. Mermaid sightings are not only a recent phenomenon, some of them date back 3 decades. Take this one from 1996. when a man on a cliff by the sea captured something strange. While filming this stunning coastline, he recorded rare footage of a mermaid. This mythical creature was spotted resting on a rock with her tail shimmering under the sunlight. The mermaid had an almost magical presence. Its upper body was humanoid, but the tail was fish-like, which gave it a mysterious presence. After a few moments of observing, she started noticing that people were watching her, so she quickly slid back into the ocean and vanished from view. Three-eyed mutation.
Dude. What the f? He's got 3 eyes?
While fishing in the waters of Argentina, this guy pulled in an unusual catch. It was an odd-shaped fish with strange scales, but what truly caught his attention, though, were the 3 eyes.
Did I just catch a 3-eyed? Yep, that happened.
Yep, staring up at him with an unsettling gaze. He got scared. I mean, who wouldn't? Unsure if it was really a fish or something far more mysterious. Rumors about strange creatures creeping in these waters had circulated, but he never believed them. Until now. Realizing the creature's significance, he released it back into the water. As it swam away, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had encountered a monster that might be the only one in this world. Teethy trash. Let's travel to South Korea now. While cleaning up the beach and collecting trash, a local employee came across a dead creature that looked unlike anything he had seen before. It had this long, sleek body and sharp teeth and just looked very strange. It's hard to assume what happened to it. And even though it was lifeless, the creature had unique features that immediately drew attention. Its long body and impressive set of teeth makes it stand out from the usual beach debris. Crawling creepers. One trail camera captured a scary scene straight out of a nightmare. It recorded 2 bizarre figures in the woods. One was mysteriously clad in black. The other had a more skinwalker-like appearance. But the weird thing was that they both were fighting, the result of which was the black figure being forcefully dragged to deeper ground. This haunting atmosphere sparked endless questions about what was really caught on camera. If you have theories of your own, let us know in the comment section down below. Colossal catch. This next video comes from Argentina, where a fisherman managed to reel in a catfish that was about 7 feet long and incredibly heavy. The fisherman was stunned when he saw the size of the fish, and so was Reddit. The fish was alive and was moving its tail. The man can be seen struggling while trying to tie it. Stringworm. A video surfaced, capturing locals gathered around a bizarre scene. The ground was filled with countless long, string-like shapes that looked like worms. The sheer number of them made everyone confused. It looked like they were plant roots or tendrils, their pale and wiry forms twisting together, likely dug up from the soil. Or these might be actual worms. What appeared strange at first might just be nature's work, but I let you decide that. Was it a peculiar plant or a mass of wriggling creatures? Either way, the site left everyone talking about what the heck was going on underground. Rodent fish. This next footage comes from an undisclosed location where a fisherman saw something unusual. As he was pulling in his line, he noticed a peculiar fish swimming near the lake's edge. Just look at it. Doesn't it look very strange? It had a long, flowing tail and appeared to have features that resembled ears. Now we know fish don't have visible ears, and this fish's ears are making it look somewhat like a mouse. Even its body has an odd shape, and the way it moves through the water is very unsettling as well. He couldn't tell if this was a rare fish or a mutation of some kind. Regardless, it has a strange appearance. All in all, it's a very strange encounter. It's gonna take a team of scientists to figure out what this thing is. Marshy monster. A local strolling near the marsh noticed strange movements in the water. It wasn't a fish. This was something much bigger. The creature stayed submerged, making it difficult to figure out what it was exactly. Its movements were slow and strange, as if something ancient and massive creeped beneath the surface. The man couldn't shake the thought. It seemed like a creature straight out of legends, like the Loch Ness monster. Or could it be something far stranger, hiding in the waters, just waiting to be discovered? Some believed it to be just an unknown animal. The mystery still remains unsolved, but the creepy feeling stuck. Garfish. This next video will bring you nightmares to life. Behold, the alligator fish. Yes, you heard that right. This fisherman was casting a line in the Aquidauana River when saw a creature in the water that looked like a mix between an alligator and a fish. It had the head of an alligator, but the body of a fish. Have you ever seen such a mutation? It looks so eerie I might have a nightmare tonight about this. He tried to get a better look, but it vanished before he could identify it more clearly. Another fisherman who was nearby also tried to see it, but only noticed the branches and murky water where the creature had been. Golf gator. Golf courses are meant for playing games, not terrifying encounters like this one. In 2010, while playing, a man spotted a creepy figure crawling across the grass. It turned out to be a giant alligator. But that wasn't the strangest part. Clamped tightly in its powerful jaws was another strange thing. From a distance, it was hard to tell what it really was. A massive turtle, maybe, or something even more unusual. What do you think it was? The sheer size of the predator and its sharp teeth made one thing clear, though. Whatever it held had no chance to escape. Creepy mutation. Okay, unusual is an understatement for this bizarre creature. While tending to his garden in Florida, a man noticed what seemed like an ordinary frog hopping around. But when he took a closer look, he couldn't believe his eyes. This frog had 2 extra legs growing between its normal hind legs. Imagine that. The poor thing was moving in a clumsy, awkward way thanks to its extra limbs. Could it be a bizarre genetic mutation? Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. This was no ordinary frog. Monster salamander. In 2019, a nature lover was exploring a river in central China to take pictures of colorful fish, but he found something much more exciting. As he looked into the clear water, he saw a strange creature on the river bottom. It had a flat mouth and was covered in brown spots. Suddenly, the creature poked its head out of the water, as if saying hello. Amazed by it, he asked a local fisherman standing nearby. According to him, it was, "That's a giant Chinese salamander," the man said excitedly. "It's one of the rarest animals on Earth." He quickly took a video of it and shared it online, which spread like wildfire. People all over the world were amazed to see this rare, ancient-looking creature in its natural home. It's time for today's open discussion. Think sloths are all about slow and steady? Think again. This recent video reveals a surprising side of these laid-back creatures. They're actually fast swimmers. The footage shows a sloth taking its time to make its way from a bush to the water, a leisurely journey that took about a minute, which is normal for them. But once in the water, this sloth becomes a different animal altogether, moving 3 times faster than it does on land. Its long arms make swimming smooth and efficient. After a dip, the sloth climbs out, its wet fur clinging to its body in an oddly endearing way. It's a charming reminder that sloths are much more versatile than they first appear. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.